Hi, everyone. Welcome to Get Kinked, the podcast for Kinked Atlanta, kinky education in Atlanta. I'm Madam Jess, your host, and today's episode is everything you want to know about the brand new Atlanta Fetish Content Festival. 2 days ago, I posted an event up on FetLife and on the Kinked Atlanta website page for the Fetish Content Festival, and I since then have gotten a ton of responses, a ton of replies, a ton of questions. So this podcast is going to attempt to answer some of those questions and explain a little bit about what the event is and what the expectations are. So the first question, of course, is what is it? What is the Fetish Content Festival? What is it about? And so the whole goal, the premise of it is an opportunity for us fetish, kink, BDSM content creators to showcase our work, to highlight each other and our artistry, to be able to promote ourselves as content creators, to get feedback from other content creators, to do some networking, and to meet our fans and to advertise ourselves. That is kind of the underlying premise of all of it. It is based off of the concept of a film festival, like any other film festival you might have heard of. People will submit their content work for judging, and we have a small team that will select the 10 best of each category for display and a live public screening on April 19th. In addition to the film portion, we really want to highlight our kink and fetish photographers as well. So we will also have a gallery exhibit going on the same night as the live screening. So that means that there are two categories of the Fetish Content Festival. One of them will be video and film, and we will select the top 10 videos that are submitted to show live at a live screening, like a movie theater, on the night of April 19th. And in addition, we will select the top 10 photographers to actually display their printed work in a gallery style the same night. Where this idea came from. So people keep asking me, how did you come up with this? Originally, it's kind of a multi-step thing that happened. I started out with the idea of basically hosting like a porn party where we would show porn, maybe different types of porn in different rooms of our dungeon, and have like a public party where people could come watch the porn or play or whatever, meet and mingle with the porn on in the background. And then I thought, well, if we're going to do that, we kind of have two options. We can either do a different fetish and make it educational, or what we really need to do is highlight the amazing women that work at Atlanta Dungeon, the Pro Dom sisters. And I thought, what if each sister contributed a piece of work? But then it got bigger, and I thought, what if we open this up to the greater content and artist community? I mean, there's so many artists in our kink and BDSM world, so why don't we make that bigger? And then it became an idea to open it up to submissions, not just from the Atlanta Dungeon Sisterhood, but from like the general community. So that kind of brings up the next point. Who can enter this? Anyone. Whether you are a professional content creator or an amateur, if you are a professional photographer or you just like to do it for fun on the weekends, anyone is welcome to enter. Now, what kind of content can you enter? Well, first, it does have to be kink, fetish, BDSM related. There has to be some component of that involved in your submission. Second, it has to be legal. So all of the normal, you can't do that on most of the sites, that's more or less what we're going for. So anything that is illegal. So illegal drug use, extreme violence and death, snuff films, no good. No animals, no children, nothing that's non-consensual. You get the idea. So it has to meet legal parameters in order for us to screen it and show it to the general public. In addition, you need to make sure, if you are submitting to us, that everyone in your project, in your film, or in your photography is on board. That means that you have the appropriate releases, paper documents, identification, age verifications, all of those things. You must have your ducks in a row. This is not a joke. We will disqualify you if you do not have the legal part in order. But other than that, anyone can submit. We may even, with the call, we've gotten a lot of excitement over this already, so we may actually have to divide the film into pro and amateur, split that so that it's a little more fair in terms of competition. And we don't want it to be like competitive, like ugly competitive, but we do want to show the best work and highlight them and congratulate those people for having something extraordinary to show. How are these things going to be ranked? Well, they'll be ranked like any other film festival. The concept or theme of the film will be considered. The creativity and uniqueness will be considered. The technical aspects, your editing, your sound, your lighting, that will go into consideration. And we will have an audience participation portion as well, where people can actually vote on what they think of your film. So there will be several ways that this will be adjudicated, and then we will get to have feedback from our special guests. We have an incredible lineup of special industry guests that will be on site to talk to you about your work, and to ask you questions and to give you a chance to speak on your work. And those special guests are Mistress Nixon, Tierra Doll, and the photographer Scott Church. If you are not familiar with any of these people, you should be, because they are all well known in the industry, in the content industry, and willing and able to share some really valuable information with our entries, the people who enter to have their work viewed and adjudicated. So how can you enter? If you're interested in submitting your work for consideration, how can you do that? There is a webpage on the Kinked Atlanta website that is specifically dedicated to the Fetish Content Festival. So you can go to kinkedatlanta.com under events, find the Fetish Content Festival, and all of the rules and requirements for making a submission are linked up through there. We do have deadlines for this. The sooner that you submit your work, the cheaper your application fee is. Yes, there is a small application fee. That fee will cover your entry into the event on April 19th. So if you enter, whether you are selected to show your work or not, you will be eligible to attend the live screening and the photo gallery on April 19th. That is what your fee, your application fee, will cover, in addition to the labor of us having to screen and view and go through all of your work. So all of the application instructions are on the Kinked Atlanta website, and you should make sure to read through all of them, because how well you follow directions is also part of the screening process for who gets chosen to actually show their work live. Now, who can go to the screening on April 19th? Well, the general public is welcome to this one. You will need to get your membership. So we do require memberships because we are considered a private lifestyle group. So your membership is required to attend this. We have a one-time only membership of only $5. So if you don't want to join our group for more than just this event, that's okay. But you will be required to have a membership. If you submit work to us and are selected, we will give you the membership. So we don't want to hold back anyone that is selected and chosen through this process to show their work. We don't want to keep them from being on board. So we will waive that for you if your work is chosen. Everyone does require a membership in order to attend the screening, but it is going to be open. So the content creators will be there, their friends and supporters will be there, the adjudicators will be there, and hopefully you will be there. It will be an opportunity to watch the winning films. It will be an opportunity to see and maybe even purchase some really great photography. And it's a chance to meet the creators themselves, to chat with them, to get to know them, and to hear some of the feedback that they get on their work. So it's a great community collab opportunity as well. How is this educational? Where does the education come into play? Well, for one thing, we learn a lot by doing. And so, those of us who have entered this industry have, I know I personally have learned in leaps and bounds since I started doing this. So, getting feedback on the work is part of peer review, it's part of constructive criticism so that we can grow. We will be learning from our special guest artists. Scott Church may be teaching a private photography class for us as well. There's definitely educational opportunities wrapped up in this. I have had a few people come forward already and ask if they could volunteer to present on a photography, film, or content topic or a business topic. I would be happy to have that. You would need to go to the Kinked Atlanta website and fill out a presenter application under the contacts tab. We don't currently have education scheduled for this particular event, but it is turning into a pretty big to do pretty fast. And I think we still have time to work that into the schedule. So if people are interested in teaching, there is a presenter application on the website. Get that to me. Let's consider it. Let's get it on the books. Where and how can I volunteer? So currently, we have had a lot of people volunteer already. I have a pretty good local volunteer group already in process. I don't know yet that I need anything else at this time. However, once we get closer to the live event, I have no doubt that we will need lots and lots of hands on deck. If you're interested in volunteering to work with us on the Content Festival, great, please do so. There is a volunteer application page also under contacts on the Kinked Atlanta website. Please fill that out and get it back to me. Meanwhile, we do have other events and classes going on, so if you're interested in volunteering with us in general, that is also where you can find the volunteer application form on the website. The event itself, one more time, the Atlanta Fetish Content Festival. We will be doing a live screening, a public video screening of the top 10 content submissions on April 19th. April 19th. There will be a film viewing party and reception, an artist reception, meet and greet. In addition to that, our top 10 photography entries will also be on display with prints in gallery style. So if you are interested, this is a call for submissions. If you are a content creator, if you do film, if you do still photography, and it has a fetish, kink, or BDSM theme or concept to it, you are eligible to submit. So those submissions are live now. The absolute last deadline will be on March 31st, but the sooner you enter, the cheaper your application fee. So please go ahead and get those submissions in as soon as you can so that we can start reviewing them and select our winning viewers to show at the April 19th viewing. Tickets for the viewing are also up and on sale now. We have a pre-sale going on. This will be the absolute cheapest tickets that you will be able to get, and we are only starting out with 30 of them. We have enough capacity for about 120, 130 people for this event. So the pre-order, we will only be selling 30 at the pre-order price of $50 per person. And again, this gets you into the photo gallery, it gets you into the live screening viewing of the top video submissions, and it gets you into the artist reception and meet and greet where you can actually meet the content creators and our special guest adjudicators. As always, you can find more information on the website, kinkedatlanta.com. You're always also free to reach out to me, Madam Jess. I try to make myself accessible to answer your questions when I can. But yeah, for now, everyone, this is just a call for submissions. We're calling all artists, content creators, kinky creatives turn in some of your work to us, submit it to us, and come enjoy some peer review and some feedback, as well as the opportunity to meet your fans and make new ones. Take care, everyone, and I look forward to reviewing your entry soon.